Hey everybody, Recording Connor just wanted to jump on again and say if you enjoy One Piece content, please consider dropping a like and subscribing. Really help the channel out and you'll get more One Piece content directly into your feed. Peace. Since the release of chapter 1043 of One Piece, the community has been kind of set on fire by particularly the last panel, with many people trying to figure out like what was happening with Luffy seemingly melting away just off of the roof. Uh, naturally, a lot of people kind of instantly assumed it was something to do with his devil fruit, which I actually agree with. And since a lot of people have kind of come up with theories about what's going on, I thought I'd go over the two biggest ones that I'm seeing and see if there's any validity to them, and also throw in a couple of my own. The first theory, which I've seen thrown around a lot by some big YouTubers as much as anyone else, is the idea that maybe Luffy's devil fruit isn't actually the Gomu Gomu no Mi, but something else, unlike what we've been led to believe for the entire story. The main contender is that it's a mythical zone, and specifically when it's activated fully or activated or whatever, it'll turn Luffy into, or give Luffy more of a like closer ability to the mythical figure that the character is actually based off of, being the Monkey King Sun Wukong. Alright, like I'm not going to spend very long talking about this theory because it actually can't be correct. Uh, there is actually no way that Luffy couldn't know the name of his fruit properly, which a lot of people seem to be overlooking. I had to go back because I thought I was going crazy when everyone was throwing out this theory, because I was like, I'm sure during Annie's lobby when Kaku and Califa are about to eat their devil fruits, it's actually mentioned that when you eat it, you directly the name of the fruit pops into your head. So I actually have to go back to volume 40, as you can see, and on reading through it in specifically chapter 385, yeah, that's I was correct. Rob Lucci, when Kaku and Cauliflower are kind of like wondering what their powers are going to be, Rob Lucci directly says, uh, "You won't know until you get your powers, and then the name of the fruit will come to you." Meaning that if Luffy did eat a different fruit besides the Gomu Gomu no Mi, then he would know the name of the fruit without it being the Gomu Gomu no Mi. And as we know, Luffy isn't the most intelligent character, whatever. But he wouldn't Luffy wouldn't be the kind of person who would be like saying, "Oh, this isn't like he wouldn't be saying something different if his fruit wasn't called the Gomu Gomu no Mi. He'd be saying the actual name of it, because like even during Whole Cake Island when like Nami was saying, "Don't say you're gonna be the Pirate King," while in Big Mom's territory, it never stopped Luffy. Like so, he wouldn't be the kind of person to shy away from calling it by its actual name if he knew it. And unless if you're going to argue that Luffy's fruit just happens to be the only fruit in the story that like gives a fake name when it's first eaten, at which point I'd kind of say, really, do you actually believe that, or do you just say that to justify your theory? Uh, so for that, I don't believe that this is the correct theory of what's going on. So the other theory that I've actually seen a lot of, and which I actually agree with, is that this is Luffy's fruit awakening, the Gomu Gomu no Mi. Um, yeah, and he's finally awakening it. We obviously don't fully understand, like, so far in the story, what actually is a devil fruit awakening. We just know that it's a power boost for your devil fruit. Um, but like every criteria that anyone can come up with for what would cause a devil fruit awakening is like Luffy's done it. He's done everything. He's had his devil fruit for a very long time. I think it's like 13 or 14 years at this point. Uh, he's been pushed to his physical limit while using it so many times. Like even as far back as the crocodile fight. He's been just to his absolute limit. Um, he's the most creative, so he's actually pushed his devil fruit the most out of anyone we've seen in the story. He's the most creative with it. No one's coming up with anything quite like how he has the gear system to boost their devil fruits like capabilities or anything like that. So he is the most creative user of a devil fruit in the series. Like because let's face it, the Gomu Gomu no Mi, it's good, but it's good because of Luffy. The actual powers of the fruit are not like Like it's not like the Mago Mago no Mi that Akainu has, or the Gura no Mi that Whitebeard and then Blackbeard had, or the Ami Ami no Mi, or anything like that. It's not a top tier fruit by itself. It's Luffy's ability to think of new ways to use it, which is what makes it like a top tier fruit. Um, Now onto the actual awakening. I like if it is awakening, I'll be very happy with it, but I think that it has to be done in a very particular way. I don't want Luffy's awakening to be like Doflamingo or Katakuri's where it affects the outside world, because I think that would be a massive missed opportunity. Like if instead it was an internal like power whereby he can like vulcanize his skin, kind of like how you can vulcanize rubber and make it super tough, then it would be first off, a really cool, unique ability whereby he's basically like hardening his skin like hockey, except way harder than hockey. Um, but also, it would make him immune to the Gurgurnomi, which Blackbeard has, which would kind of even out their final fight, whereby it's obviously going like that's obviously going to be the final fight with a pirate in the story. I do think he'll fight the world government afterwards and Emu, but yeah, like it'll even it out to just the Ami Ami no Mi versus Luffy, which would basically represent like the darkness versus the light, since Luffy is being represented as like the newest version of Joy Boy and like the sun god Nika and all of that stuff. Like he is the new dawn of the world, so it would basically Yami Yami no Mi is the perfect opposite to him. So my final theory of what's possible to happen is kind of a mix between the two theories. I believe that possibly Luffy might have two devil fruits, same as how Blackbeard does. Uh, well, like we don't know how it was possible for Blackbeard to get two devil fruits at once, because we don't know what actually happened under the black sheet on in Marineford with Whitebeard's body. But we can fairly say that it was probably to do with inherited will and him specifically having the inherited will of Roxy Zebek. And I believe that in the same way as that, it could be possible that Luffy would have the same inherited will, kind of form of inherited will, I suppose would be better, but for either Gold Roger or Joy Boy or Nika. Well, he obviously has it for all three, but specifically one of them, like we know that it's kind of like inherited will is a key theme of the story, but it's kind of different in the case of Luffy and Blackbeard. Like Nami obviously has the inherited will of Belmir, and Sanji has it for Zeph, and Zoro has it for Guina, and so on. They all have their own inherited wills. But Luffy's and Blackbeard seem to be some kind of like direct, like not so much a reincarnation, because I really don't want it to be a physical reincarnation, but like nearly a spiritual, like a continued on spirit, as opposed to just inherited will. It's like they actually are like a spirit of the person as well. Almost like how, so like to explain this better, in Jaya, there's that one line where Nami says, "Oh, he's weird" about Blackbeard, and then Zoro is like, "Not he, them." I think like everyone believed, or most people believe that that's kind of like indicating that Blackbeard isn't just one person; it's actually multiple, and that's how he got his multiple devil fruits. But I think it could be the same with Luffy, as a result of the line with Zunisha kind of saying they recognize the heartbeat of Joy Boy and the drums of freedom when Luffy was awakening on the roof. I think that could indicate that they have the same kind of like spiritual carry on, and that might be how he has his second fruit, which could be the monkey monkey no mi model Sun Wukong, and that's the only way I think that he's not got the. Well, he'd still have the Goma Goma no mi, but he'd have a different devil fruit as well. So that's it. Just a quick video going over what I think are some theories on it, what I think might be possible, what I think isn't possible. If you liked, please consider dropping a like, please consider subscribing and commenting down below if you have any other theories of what may have happened, And we'll see. It's break later this week, so we'll see next week, hopefully, what's going on with it. And until then, have a good time and peace.